Imagine this. It's 2 a.m. The kind of deep, dark night where your only companions are the flickering cursor on your screen and the faint hum of your server. You're wrestling with a bug that's decided your production app is its personal playground for chaos. Your eyes feel like they've been glued open for days. The coffee you made hours ago is now a relic of better times. And you're drowning in an ocean of log files, desperately trying to find that one elusive needle in a haystack of code. Now, picture this instead. You type a single, unassuming sentence into your terminal. Trae, find and fix the bug in the authentication module. And then the magic happens. You watch almost in disbelief as an AI, not just an assistant, but a genuine partner, not only pinpoints the problem with uncanny accuracy, but also drafts a working patch, runs comprehensive tests to ensure it doesn't break anything else, and even prepares a ready-to-go pull request. All while you perhaps finally sip that cold coffee, or maybe even catch a few precious minutes of sleep. This isn't science fiction. This is Trae Agent. Launched in July of 2025 by ByteDance, this open-source marvel is a game-changer, a seismic shift in how we interact with code. Forget those old-school coding assistants that just offer line-by-line suggestions, like a polite but ultimately unhelpful backseat driver. Trae Agent is a full-fledged developer, a digital colleague with years of experience under its belt. It thinks, it plans, it executes, all with a level of autonomy that feels, frankly, like magic. And the best part? It's out there on GitHub, waiting for you. You can clone it, you can tweak it, you can deploy it to your heart's content. It's a playground for innovation, a safety net for teams drowning in the repetitive, soul-crushing tasks that eat away at developer time. Why does this matter so much? Because Trae Agent isn't just another tool in your arsenal. It's a powerful glimpse into the future of work, a future where AI doesn't replace developers, but instead amplifies their potential, setting them free to do what they do best: create, innovate, and solve the truly complex problems. The beauty of Trae Agent is its sheer accessibility. This open-source gem runs right from your terminal. No need for a fancy graphical interface, no convoluted setup process that requires a PhD in system administration. With a single simple command, you can unleash Trae Agent to tackle a mind-boggling array of tasks. We're talking debugging the nastiest bugs, refactoring entire code bases to make them sing, or even generating entire boilerplate projects from scratch. And the language it understands? Plain, simple English. You don't need to be a prompt engineering guru, wrestling with arcane syntax. If you can ask for it clearly, Trae Agent can do it. Think about a junior developer, fresh out of school, tasked with adding a new feature. They might simply type, "Add a feature to sort user data by last name." Trae Agent doesn't just suggest code. It's going to create the necessary files, write the code that does the sorting, and then thoroughly test it, ensuring everything works as expected, all without a single bit of hand-holding. For the senior developers, it's like having an incredibly diligent, tireless intern who never needs a coffee break, never misses a detail, and never complains about late nights. The real magic, the aspect that truly sets it apart, is its ability to act autonomously. It can take the reins on those mundane, time-consuming tasks, freeing you up to focus on the bigger picture, the strategic planning, the creative problem-solving, or perhaps just catching up on some much-needed sleep. Have you ever found yourself staring at your to-do list, wishing, just wishing, that someone could take over all that grunt work and let you focus on the truly impactful, the truly innovative parts of your job? If the answer is a resounding yes, then Trae Agent might just be the answer you've been searching for. Now, let's dive a little deeper into what makes Trae Agent so revolutionary. At its very core, powering so much of its incredible capability is its file editing tool. This isn't just any file editor. It's a system so intuitive, so seamlessly integrated, it feels like it's reading your mind. We've all been there, right? You're working with older AI tools, or even just navigating a complex project yourself, and you ask it to modify a file, maybe a configuration file buried deep within a labyrinthine directory structure. The tool either throws an error, claiming it can't find the file, or worse, it gets lost in read-only directories, leaving you frustrated and back at square one. Trae Agent, however, navigates your project with a surgical precision that's frankly astounding. It's like having a seasoned cartographer for your code. It can open, create, or rewrite virtually any file with absolute confidence, and it keeps a meticulous record of every single change. Just like a seasoned project manager would track every task and milestone. Imagine you're working on a sprawling application, the kind with thousands upon thousands of files, a veritable digital jungle. You ask Trae Agent to update a specific configuration setting in a file that's hidden away, perhaps 3 levels deep in a project structure you've barely touched in months. Instead of groaning under the weight of the task or simply failing, Trae Agent, with remarkable grace, finds that file, makes the precise change you requested, and then logs every single step for your review. This isn't just about making your life easier. It's about building trust. When you can see exactly what Trae Agent did, every file it touched, every line it modified, you gain immense confidence. You know that no rogue edits, no accidental deletions, no misplaced commas are slipping through the cracks. It's about transparency and control, even when you're delegating complex tasks to an AI. Let's paint a practical picture. Imagine a startup, absolutely slammed, racing against the clock to meet a critical deadline. The team needs to add a new API endpoint, a crucial piece of functionality. But they're bogged down by the manual grind of editing files across multiple modules. One developer has to update the routes, another has to adjust the controllers, someone else needs to generate the accompanying documentation. It's a recipe for chaos, for the dreaded finger pointing when something inevitably breaks. With Trae Agent, a single declarative command like add a REST endpoint for user profiles triggers a seamless cascade of actions. Trae Agent will create the necessary root files, update the relevant controller logic, and even generate basic documentation, all without human intervention and all with perfect precision. The file editor ensures every change is exact, eliminating the possibility of those infuriating errors caused by misplaced characters or broken import statements that can derail an entire development cycle. This level of reliability isn't just a convenience. It's a genuine game changer for teams that are constantly juggling complex, time-sensitive projects. Have you ever spent what felt like an eternity just trying to track down a specific file, only to realize, with a sigh of exasperation, that it was buried in a folder you completely forgotten existed? Trae Agent utterly eliminates that headache, transforming your code base from a tangled labyrinth into a beautifully organized, easily navigable library. Trae Agent's prowess doesn't stop at simply editing files with pinpoint accuracy. It extends its capabilities to a built-in bash shell that truly mimics and even elevates a human developer's natural workflow. Think about those everyday, fundamental tasks: compiling your code to see if it runs, installing essential dependencies to bring your project to life, or running a comprehensive test suite to ensure everything is in shipshape. Trae Agent executes these commands in real time, and crucially, it streams the output directly to you. This means you can spot issues as they happen, not hours later buried in a massive log file. Contrast this with traditional tools, which often dump an overwhelming wall of text at the end of a process. Trae Agent keeps you in the loop, providing live, incremental updates. So, if a test fails, you're not sifting through hundreds of lines of unrelated output to find the specific error message. You see that exact error as it occurs, making the debugging process far less like a frustrating detective mystery and more like a guided, informative tour. Let's consider a practical scenario. You're deploying a new web application, and you need to install a critical new package to get it running. You simply tell Trae Agent, install the latest version of express.js and update the server file to use it. What happens next is incredibly efficient. Trae Agent will execute npm install express, meticulously update your package.json file to reflect the new dependency, and then intelligently modify the server code to integrate the package, all while transparently showing you the terminal output every step of the way. If by chance a dependency conflict arises during the installation, Trae Agent flags it immediately, allowing you to intervene and resolve the issue before it escalates and potentially crashes your entire build process. This is particularly powerful for DevOps teams, the unsung heroes who manage complex CI/CD pipelines. In their world, every second counts, and the ability to automate repetitive terminal tasks, to have an AI handle the command line drudgery, can save literal hours of valuable developer time that would otherwise be spent typing commands, troubleshooting syntax errors, or deciphering cryptic error messages. So, I have to ask you, reflecting on your own daily workflow, what are those repetitive terminal tasks that consistently eat away at your productive hours? Could an AI that thinks and acts like this truly take those burdens off your plate and give you back that time to focus on more impactful work? What truly elevates Trae Agent beyond just a smart assistant and into the realm of revolutionary tools is its advanced reasoning engine. This isn't just about executing commands. It's about a compact yet incredibly powerful system that can dissect complex tasks, break them down into manageable, logical steps, and then execute them with an almost human-like strategic approach. Let's take a common but often challenging task: optimizing a slow database query. A less sophisticated AI might just blindly generate code, hoping for the best. Trae Agent, however, approaches this intelligently. It first creates a plan. It will analyze the query itself, identify potential bottlenecks in its execution, propose specific database indexes that could speed things up, and then meticulously test the performance improvements. It doesn't just generate code. It follows a process, executing each step, checking the results, and iterating until the goal is achieved. This process, this methodical problem solving, mirrors how experienced human developers tackle complex issues, but it happens in seconds, not hours. Consider a mid-sized company looking to modernize a legacy codebase, a task often fraught with peril and complexity. They might instruct Trae Agent to refactor the payment module for better performance. This command triggers the reasoning engine, which then maps out the entire structure of the payment module, identifies areas of inefficiency, perhaps redundant computations or inefficient data retrieval, and then suggests specific improvements, such as implementing caching strategies or optimizing database queries. And if, during this refactoring process, a test fails, the engine doesn't just give up. It intelligently backtracks, tries a different approach, and continues iterating until all tests pass and the module performs optimally. This iterative, problem-solving approach is akin to having a senior engineer on your team who possesses infinite patience, never gets frustrated, and never gets distracted. For developers, this is a powerful reminder that an AI can handle the intricate, often tedious, problem-solving that can frequently bog down the creative and innovative aspects of software development. So let's reflect on this. What's a coding task that you consistently dread because it feels so repetitive and time-consuming? Could an AI that is designed to think and problem-solve like this fundamentally change how you approach that task, or even eliminate your dread entirely? Trae Agent's ability to navigate and understand massive, sprawling code bases is nothing short of remarkable. It's as if it builds a comprehensive, internal mental map of your entire project. It connects classes, functions, and files, acting like a highly sophisticated GPS system specifically designed for code. Instead of you manually searching through line after line, hoping to stumble upon the relevant piece of information, Trae Agent can jump directly to the exact spot you need, whether it's a forgotten configuration flag that's causing issues, or a crucial utility function that's buried deep within a file you haven't touched in years. This capability is especially invaluable for large teams, where it's nearly impossible for any single developer to possess intimate knowledge of every single corner of the codebase. Trae Agent acts as the ultimate team historian, recalling details and interdependencies that even the original author might have long forgotten. Picture this scenario. A new developer joins a complex project, and they need to get up to speed on a particularly intricate authentication system. Instead of spending days, perhaps even weeks, painstakingly reading through hundreds of files, they can simply ask Trae Agent, "Show me how the login function works." The agent will then meticulously map out all the relevant files, trace the function's dependencies, and provide a clear, concise explanation, all within a matter of minutes. This ability also shines during code reviews. Trae Agent can proactively highlight potential side effects of a proposed code change by mapping out how a single function interacts with the rest of the system, preventing unintended consequences down the line. For teams, this translates directly to faster onboarding for new members and a significant reduction in the kinds of subtle, hard-to-find bugs that can arise from a lack of comprehensive understanding. So, let me ask you, have you ever struggled to get a grasp on a large legacy codebase, feeling lost in its complexity? How much time and frustration could a tool like this, capable of understanding and mapping your entire project, realistically save you? As impressive as Trae Agent's capabilities are, keeping track of everything it's doing can become a challenge, especially when it's making dozens, if not hundreds, of subtle changes across a project. That's precisely where Lakeview, Trae Agent's incredibly useful lightweight summarization model, comes into play. It acts like a vigilant observer, watching every single step the agent takes, and then distilling all that complex activity into a single, jargon-free, easily digestible sentence. For example, after Trae Agent has diligently refactored a particular module, Lakeview might provide a summary like, "Updated the payment module to utilize caching mechanisms for improved response times." This running conversational commentary makes it remarkably easy to follow along with the agent's progress, even if you haven't interacted with the project for weeks. Let's draw a practical connection here. Imagine a project manager who is overseeing a team of developers, some of whom might be remote or working on different schedules. They don't need to dive deep into the code themselves to understand what progress is being made. They can rely entirely on Lakeview's concise, accurate summaries to stay informed about the project's evolution. During a sprint review, these clear, succinct updates become an incredibly efficient way to communicate the team's progress and the specific changes that have been implemented to stakeholders who may not have a deep technical background. Lakeview's clarity also serves a vital purpose for individual developers who are juggling multiple projects. It ensures they can easily pick up where they left off without having to wade through lengthy and often encrypted commit logs. It's like having a personal narrator for your project, ensuring the story of its development remains crystal clear and easy to follow. So, think about your own projects. How often do you find yourself losing track of what's happening, especially in a busy, fast-paced environment? Could a tool like Lakeview, providing a constant stream of clear summaries, help you stay grounded and in control? One of the most significant practical advantages of Trae Agent is its remarkable model flexibility. It supports a diverse range of leading AI providers, including OpenAI's GPT-4o, Anthropic's entire Claude family, and Google's Gemini Pro, among others. This gives it an unparalleled adaptability that can be tailored precisely to your specific needs, whether that's optimizing for budget constraints or prioritizing lower latency. You can seamlessly switch between these different AI models as simple command line flag. This means you can, for instance, opt for a more cost-effective model for quick, early-stage prototyping or experimentation, and then switch to a more powerful, nuanced model for critical production fixes where precision and accuracy are paramount. Furthermore, if one particular AI provider happens to hit a rate limit, or if you encounter an unexpected downtime, you can instantly reroute the task to another provider without having to alter a single line of your existing code. This inherent adaptability makes Trae Agent a truly practical and indispensable choice for development teams of all sizes and across all industries. Consider the scenario of a freelance developer working under a tight budget. They can start by leveraging a cost-effective model like Gemini Pro for their initial tasks, benefiting from its capabilities without breaking the bank. Then, when they encounter a particularly complex debugging challenge that requires a higher degree of precision, they can effortlessly switch to a more powerful model like Claude, ensuring the best possible outcome. The ability to mix and match these models means Trae Agent can truly scale with your evolving needs. Whether you're a solo coder working on a passion project or part of a large enterprise managing complex, mission-critical systems. And for those who value transparency, the configuration system is incredibly clear. Settings like the ice temperature, controlling creativity, or token limits, controlling response length, are prioritized logically. So you always have a clear understanding of what's influencing the agent's behavior and output. Have you ever felt frustrated by a tool that forces you into a single, inflexible AI provider? How do you think this kind of dynamic flexibility could fundamentally change your day-to-day development workflow? Getting started with Trae Agent is designed to be as straightforward as possible. It's as simple as cloning the GitHub repository, running a single setup command, and then providing your necessary API keys. The default settings are optimized to work right out of the box, offering immediate value. However, the true power lies in its extensive customization options. You can tailor virtually every aspect of its behavior through command line flags or a simple JSON configuration file. Want your AI to be more creative, to explore more unconventional coding solutions? You can simply increase the temperature setting. Need longer, more detailed responses for complex explanations? You can boost the token limit. Trae Agent employs a clear hierarchy for its configuration. Command line flags will always override settings in the config file, which in turn override environment variables. This eliminates any confusion about which setting is actively influencing the agent's behavior, ensuring predictable and understandable results. Let's look at a real-world example that highlights its collaborative potential, especially for remote teams spread across different time zones. A developer in Asia can initiate a task before signing off for the day, perhaps requesting add unit tests for the new API endpoints. By the time their colleague in Europe logs in to start their workday, Trae Agent has already completed the task, generated the necessary unit tests, run them to ensure they pass, and log all the results. The interactive mode adds another layer of profound flexibility, allowing you to engage in a conversational back and forth with the agent, pause its execution at any point to inspect changes, or even redirect its focus if you see a better approach. It's truly like having an intelligent pair programming partner who never needs a coffee break and is always available, ready to collaborate on your terms. So, considering how easy setup is and the depth of customization available, how much do you think a tool like this could streamline your team's collaboration and accelerate your project delivery? It's important to remember that Trae Agent isn't just a theoretical concept or a promising idea. It's a proven performer that consistently delivers exceptional results. It currently holds the top spot on SWE-Bench Verified, a highly rigorous and respected benchmark that evaluates AI agents on their ability to fix real-world bugs sourced directly from public GitHub projects, all without any human intervention or hints. Trae Agent's sophisticated reasoning engine is the key to this success. It ensures that every fix it proposes is deliberate and well-considered. Before it even attempts a solution, it meticulously outlines the problem, formulates a strategy, tries to propose solution, runs comprehensive tests to validate its effectiveness, and then iterates until the bug is completely squashed. This methodical, step-by-step approach not only mirrors the best practices of experienced human developers, but also achieves these results at an astonishing speed. Let's connect this to a practical, high-stakes situation. Imagine an on-call engineer facing a critical production-halting bug. Instead of manually tracing the issue through complex logs and code, they can simply ask Trae Agent to reproduce and fix the error in the login API. The agent will swiftly isolate the problem, draft a precise patch, and then automatically run the entire CI pipeline to confirm the fix and ensure no regressions have been introduced. The result? A fully tested pull request delivered in minutes, not hours. This combination of speed and unwavering reliability translates directly into tangible benefits, significantly fewer hours spent on repetitive, manual tasks, and a substantial reduction in stress for teams operating under immense pressure. So, let's think back for a moment. What's the last bug you spent what felt like an eternity fixing? Could an AI like Trae Agent, with its proven ability to diagnose and resolve issues rapidly, have truly saved the day and your sanity? ByteDance's introduction of Trae Agent is not just the launch of a single tool. It's a pivotal step in their larger, ambitious vision to build an entirely new AI-native development environment called Trae. This platform, which will be powered by the ubiquitous Visual Studio Code, aims to democratize access to premium AI models, offering them for free. This strategic move is designed to attract a massive engaged developer community, fostering collaboration and innovation. By open sourcing Trae Agent under a permissive MIT license, ByteDance is explicitly inviting collaboration from the global developer community. This means anyone can fork the project, tweak its functionalities to their specific needs, or integrate it seamlessly into their existing workflows. The roadmap for Trae is ambitious, with plans for even tighter CI/CD integration, expanded support for an even wider array of AI models, and the adoption of the Model Context Protocol to ensure seamless and efficient communication between different AI agents. This grand vision aligns perfectly with ByteDance's strategic shift from a primary focus on entertainment to a strong emphasis on productivity tools. It positions them as a significant competitor in the rapidly evolving landscape of AI-powered developer tools, directly challenging established players like GitHub Copilot and Cursor. Trae Agent's commitment to transparency is another key differentiator. By meticulously logging every prompt, every response, and every tool call, it creates invaluable audit trails that are crucial for security teams and incredibly valuable as teaching tools for educators. For instance, a coding bootcamp could leverage Trae's detailed trajectory files to visually demonstrate to students precisely how a complex bug was fixed, step by painstaking step, transforming abstract coding concepts into concrete, easily understandable lessons. So, considering the open and collaborative nature of this project, how do you envision a tool like this, with its inherent transparency and community-driven development, shaping the future of your own projects and workflows? The story of Trae Agent offers a profound and encouraging lesson for every developer. AI is not here to replace us. It is here to amplify our innate strengths. By efficiently automating those repetitive, mundane tasks that often drain our energy and creativity, it liberates us to focus on what truly matters: the creative problem solving, the strategic thinking, and the innovative leaps that drive progress. The key takeaway here is simple. Embrace tools that are designed to handle the drudgery, but always stay in the driver's seat. Whether you're a solo coder working on a personal project, a freelancer navigating client demands, or part of a massive global team, Trae Agent offers a tangible, practical pathway to save valuable time, significantly reduce stress, and ultimately deliver better, higher quality code. My personal advice, based on exploring this incredible technology, is to start small. Don't feel overwhelmed by its potential. Clone the repository. Try out a simple task like generating a small script to automate a minor workflow, and see how it naturally integrates into your existing workflow. You might be genuinely surprised at how quickly you find yourself relying on it, how quickly it becomes an indispensable part of your daily coding life. So, let's bring this back to you. What are those persistent coding challenges that keep you up at night? The ones that feel like mountains to climb? Could an AI partner like Trae Agent, with its advanced reasoning and autonomous capabilities, offer you a powerful new way to tackle them, to break them down, and to conquer them? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please share them in the comments below, and let's keep this vital conversation going. If you found this deep dive into the revolutionary world of Trae Agent inspiring and insightful, please consider hitting that subscribe button for more stories about the cutting-edge tools that are actively shaping the future of our work. Wishing you good health, productive coding sessions, and until next time.